Hello friends, today we are going to talk about a sunflower miniature plant, and before moving forward let me welcome you to my channel Gardening for All. And if you have not subscribed my channel so far, request you to kindly subscribe. And as you can see, the sunflower have been blooming very well and the plant is full of birds. So I'm going to discuss with you how to grow this plant from the seeds, how to care it, how to get a vegetative and the flowering out of this plant. So request you to kindly stay tuned till the last of my video. I'll be really thankful to you. So this plant is something very easy to grow and care, and this is what around 30 days of after the seedling, the status of my plant. So I have been grown this from the seed. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to reconstruct a video for you how to do the seedling. This is the seeds which I purchased from the plant, from the market, and use the cocoa peat as a media for germination of the seeds. So cocoa peat with 80% of cocoa peat with 20% of vermicompost, a little bit of fungicide, applied it and allowed it to settle down 7 days in semi-shade area. Once the sprouting happens and you can see a very tiny leaves are started coming out, then probably we can give half an hour and then 1 hour. Gradually you can increase the sun feed to these things, that also early morning. And then other important thing which you need to take care is whenever you try to wet this soil, try to use a fungicide diluted water, so that the fungal infection chances, which is these seeds have been very high tendency to get infected by the fungal attack, so that can be minimized. So this is a very simple method through that. Yeah, this is where 1 inch of gap you can put, cover it with a light same media, you can cover it with a very fine topping on top, and the seedling will happen excellent. Now we are going to get into our original video. This is almost a 2 months old plant, continued in the same pot. So again I'm reiterating that the video which you seen in between about seedling, that was just for a reference, and that's the method I did for growing this one. So as you can see, the soil media is very light. To have a good growth, one other important thing, once 6 to 8 leaves comes on your seedlings, try to give a liquid fertilizer feed. That could be you can use a cow dung compost, put it in the water, and then after 2-3 days of soaking you can dilute that and feed your plant, so that vegetative growth happens very well. And once the root grown is well, you can always sure that your plant is going to sustain. And today we are going to do the repotting. What I have used the soil media is as usual, very thumb rule: 50% of garden soil, 25% of sand, and 25% of compost. You can always use cocoa peat. Along with that, here I am adding a 1 spoon of fungicide and 3 spoon of bone meal or rock phosphate, whatever you have. I have used the bone meal. So with this combination, what I did is 3/4 of the pot, which is a 8-inch pot, I have filled with the soil combination which I just mentioned, and I'm going to place this plant after removing from the pot, so that the roots have enough soil around it to spread. And that's something very important, because when you try to feed any fertilizer or any food to the soil, if the roots have been spread all across in a major area, the observing areas will be higher and it will take a more intake, and your input or feed will be accessible or reachable to the plant in a better way. So that's something which I am going to have did here. And as you can see that the topsoil is also very light, so that's something very important. And when germination happens, one thing which I like to mention here is that choose one of the best plant or the best germination. Don't try to put 2-3 germination together, so that there'll be a huge competition, like what happens in rainforest. So that's something not good, because the surrounding, the supplies are limited. So with this I'm going to cover it with the soil, the leftover soil, and going to pour the water. One thing with this soil combination is that it will be very porous, and I'm going to show you that being this is very porous, the excess water drains out, which is very good for our plant's health. Because if there is a water logging, what will happen is the root will start rotting up, and once the root rotten, your plant is going to die. So this is something, a common mistake which happens. Again, with this soil combination, definitely we're not going to have that. And I'm going to show you this right in front of you. So kindly wait for another 1 or 2 minutes. So I filled the soil, and I'm going to pour the water. Again, with water I have added a 1 spoon of fungicide. This is almost a 2-liter can. I've added a 1 spoon of fungicide just to be a little extra sure, to avoid any fungal infection, even though there is some rains are happening around. And wanted to ensure that my plant is very much safe and secure, because it took time to germinate and you took care of all the days. Just don't wanted your plant to get die because you didn't apply the appropriate amount of fungicide. So with that, after this thing, I'm going to pour the water, and I'm going to show you that how when you pour the water nicely, the excess water should get absorbed through or pass through your soil media and should get into a collection tray. So that will prove you one point is your soil is nicely porous. The point number two, the drainage holes have been well covered so that it allowing the excess water to come out, and that's something very very important, and it is one of the most important, I must tell you. So as you can see, the collection tray has been having excess water. The water is dripping through the pot, so it shows our repotting has been perfect. Now once the repotting is good, we will always see a good vegetative growth, and our soil will be porous like a granules. As you can see here, it's not very wet, and nicely not having a lumps and all. So this shows that the soil combination is good, perfectly all right for the growth of the plant. And this is what has happened. This is almost a 2 months old plant, or rather little extra, where the flowerings have been come up, birds are there. So now it's very important for us, when our plant is settled down well and started you seeing that growth is happening, now is the time you have to get ready the plant for a flowering. And for that, what we can do is we can use mustard cake liquid fertilizer with a dilution of 1:10 on Sunday. Next Sunday, means a week's gap, you can use banana peel fertilizer. So this two combination you will continue, and monthly twice with a gap of 15 days you can use a liquid potash or liquid potassium, you can use, or potash, what there's a pink color fertilizer, chemical fertilizer you can get. So 1 spoon on that 1 liter of water and pour it up. So with this three combination of fertilizer you can get the flowering. But you can see it's beautiful, you will really love it. Again, you can always spray a neem oil pesticide, so that any pest or any spiders, mites, all these things can be away. So that periodically you should keep doing. That's also you should have in your garden. So I hope I tried giving all the informations in the limited period, and you're going to enjoy that and going to apply it in your garden. So thanks for watching. Here is the update about my candula plant. This is the old plant which I have already have the video, you can find the link. And this is another plant, same method I've grown. You can see the flower, it's nice filled one. So thanks for watching, and if you like the video, kindly give a thumbs up, share with your near and dear one, and subscribe my channel. I always look for your feedback and care. Thank you.